Hi everyone, my name is Spirit Guide and thank you for finding my channel. If you found my channel by accident and my video showed up, thank you and welcome to the tribe. Do me a favor, please hit the like and subscribe button if you like what you see at the end of this video, at the end of the reading. And thanks for even watching. So I'm an intuitive reader by nature. So I do read people intuitively, meaning I'm able to look at someone, I'm able to look at a picture of someone, and immediately I'll get an impression from them. Anytime we take pictures, talk to people, video, anything, it leaves an impression behind of who we are, of our personality at that moment. Um, in time. So that's why I like looking at pictures, because a person's imprint can change from photo to photo, even within the same day, even 2 seconds apart. The person, we all change and evolve in milliseconds. It happens really quickly. So that's what I do normally. Right now, I'm extending my gift to read tarot. So I'm a new tarot reader. In saying that, there are times that I will be consulting the book, because each tarot, as you see, I have many cards. Each tarot deck has its own set of intentions, its own creators, and they use their gifts specific to them. Okay, and I'm sure if you've watched a lot of tarot on YouTube or TikTok or Instagram or any of these mediums, you'll see that every gifted reader has their own method of getting messages, but we all are getting messages for the higher purpose. Okay. All right. So today we're going to look into a few decks, and we're going to look to see how everyone is doing as a general message. So I'm not going to focus on finance or career or anything. I'm just going to ask generally, how is the community doing? Is there anything that we need to be more focused on? Okay. All right. So I'm going to start with this deck here, and I show you the decks that I use in case you're interested. This one is called Prism Oracle. I like it because it's beautiful and it's very simple, accurate, and there's no reversed meanings. The cards come out. If they come out upside down, you just turn them right side up, and it is what it is. It's a very simple message. Okay. All the cards have been blessed already, and by blessing them, I say the Lord's Prayer over them so that I am protected as I go into this energy. I do hand sanitize, just regular hand sanitizer, dollar store. And I just make sure that my hands are cleansed. And I've already drank some water to make sure internally I am cleansed as well, to be pure going into this reading. Okay? Let's see what our community is doing today. Thank you so much for this wonderful 24 hours, or 18 within 24 hours, that has been given to me. Please let me know, how is my community doing? General, how is my community doing? Is there anything we need to focus on? Is there any emotion my community needs to focus on for today? Okay. Is there any emotion that my community needs to focus on for today? Thank you. We'll take one more. Is there one more emotion that my community needs to focus on for today? Is there one more emotion that my community needs to focus on for today? Thank you. Okay. If you see me reach over to the computer, just sometimes as we know with Macs, they zone out sometimes. Okay, let's see what the energy is. Flow and isolation. Okay. So we'll take the first one, flow. That's the card. Okay. So you see all the waves and the water, and above, I just heard a chime. So thank you. Chimes in the spirit world are recognition. They are kind of like you're on target, right? So as you see the waves that are here in the card, that represents, kind of a disturbance, you know, and it's a disturbance to the peace, right? That's right around it. So it's a flow. So whatever's going on, we need to allow to flow. We need to start working on just letting things flow, just going with whatever's happening, okay? We also need to be in a little bit of isolation. And the isolation is a lot of times welcoming, because you get to hear and think your own thoughts without other people and without trying to figure out what other people mean. You get to hear your own thoughts and focus on those. So isolation is what we need to focus on in order to just go with the flow. Okay? All right. So here we go. Let's see. We have some divinity cards. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't show this to you. Divinity cards by Tasha Silver. Okay. These cards are great as well. All the cards I choose have a higher purpose focus on them. Okay, so I'm working on building my tarot collection. So I will have different cards for different purposes. I'm actually waiting on 2 more sets right now. But at least for the first few videos, I want to be able, sorry, they went to sleep. I want to be able to present these, okay? All right. Is there a message in here for flow or isolation? Is there a message in here for flow? How should we go with the flow? How should we go with the flow? How do you suggest we go with the flow? You know, because we're always trying to, I'm always trying to make things happen. You know, I get impatient. You know, I don't want to wait for things to happen a lot. With my gifts, they force me to wait. It forces me to sit still. My gifts, my intuitive gifts of the intuition. Sometimes, you know, you make a mistake in life and, you know, karma will come to you. I make a mistake and it feels like karma happens 10 times harder. You know, so I have to be very aware and very very focused on things that I say, because my words have manifest power to them, and I have to be very clear on my intentions, knowing that I do have gifts and I do not ever want to bring harm to another individual or bring any bad luck or any kind of negativity that was not supposed to be there. So that makes you, unfortunately, it does make you at times a target, a spiritual target, because people that are not of the light understand that. And as soon as they see you, they know exactly who you are. And they do try to get you out of your light element, and they do try to bring you down to their level. But we all have these battles every day. Okay, is there anything else for isolation? What do we need to focus on? What do we need to know about our isolation, about us going into isolation? And thank you. That concludes Divine Beloved. The messages for there. Okay, let's see what they said. Isolation. These cards are on point. Oh my goodness. Look at what it says. Support. Support. The right help will come. So while we're in our isolation, our time by ourselves to focus and re-energize and redirect, the right help is going to come. We're going to get some support. Okay, it's beautiful. What about flow? Oh my goodness. Under flow is divine assistance. So when we and we were just talking about that, right? Where I said when you're spiritual, when you're of the light, you know, the darkness, it'll target you, you know, and you will take 10 times harder, things 10 times harder than other people will. And other people will sit there and say, well, why are you going through so much all the time? You know, why is it one event after the other? Because we are divine beings. We have this calling, and we have divine assistance. Right? So we know what we're going through a lot, but then when everything clears, we aren't in a bad position at all, right? It hurts when you go through it, you know, emotionally it hurts because you wanna lash out, you wanna do everything, but you can't. because there's some divine assistance here for you. It says, I'm open to receive, right? So as we're going through the flow of life, we have to understand and be reminded divine assistance is here. Whether you see it or not, it's here, right? So we want to be clear that we're not overstepping our boundaries, that we're not acting out, we're not wishing negativity on people, because we do have assistance. And in time, it's going to show itself, right? That was beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Let's get some moonology. Let's see what the moon is telling us. Moonology, can I please have some information on divine assistance? So we are working on going with the flow. We're working on just being our authentic selves. We're working on receiving the divine assistance. We're open to receive everything. What else should we be working on? With going with the flow. Communication is key. That is so true. Communication is key. And that's in the spirit of Gemini. Okay. May I have another moon card, please? We're working on isolation and we're getting some support. Is there anything else, moon cards, that we need for the support? To know about the support. Is there anything else we need? Look at how these cards are coming out for each section. Meditate and contemplate. So while we're in isolation, while we're getting our support, support can come in many different ways. Support can come in a phone call from a friend. Support can come in an email from a company that you had no idea that could help you with your situation, whatever your situation is. Support can even be there with, you know, just the right mixture of a neighbor saying hello, how are you, or, you know, taking your dog out for a walk and you're seeing the information you were seeking in isolation. You might see it as a symbol somewhere, or there might be a song you hear. This is all support, right? So support doesn't always mean it's a person coming in to help you or to remove you from a situation. Support can be a symbol. It can be anything that at the right moment is going to give you the support, the love, or whatever it is you need while you're in isolation. Because in isolation, you're meditating, right? We're meditating, we're contemplating, we're getting our strength together. Going with the flow, we're going with the flow, but we know that there's some divine assistance helping us, okay? And then we understand that communication is the key in order to understand this divine assistance. Okay, divine assistance does not always mean it is going to be something prophetic, something in your dreams. It doesn't, it can be that. But divine assistance can also be, you know, running into someone, not, you know, literally, but meeting someone, you know, online at a store, and the person just starts talking to you. And you find out you have a problem, but that person works in that office where you have the problem. That's divine assistance, right? Because who knew that you would be at that location at that time, that day of the week, you know, at that moment, and this person would be there as well, right? So that is what we're calling divine assistance. It could also be, you know, you're looking for more information on something. You can't find that information. You dial a phone number that you know is the right number. All of a sudden, that number is going to lead you to someone who is exactly who you were looking for. That's divine assistance. Divine assistance is something that we cannot explain. It's things that happen and we have no clue how that happened. There was no reason that phone number that was, you know, registered to a dog business. You've called that number 20 times. On the 21st time you called, you needed assistance with your mom and her Social Security question. You call that number, and all of a sudden now you're getting the Social Security office director, her direct line. You might have misdialed one number, but why didn't you misdial that number 20 times before? Why didn't you misdial that number? And even if you misdialed that number 20 times before, the divine assistance part means that that woman who you reached, who can help you at that moment, had to be at her desk at that moment and answering her phone. Not on email, not in meetings, not walking to the bathroom, not coming back from the bathroom. That's divine assistance, putting individuals in each other's path at the exact moment they need to be there, and everything working out. So that's divine assistance. So this is what we're going to need to work on as a community. You know, going with the flow of life, accepting our divine assistance and not taking it for granted, right? And having communication is key. Communicate effectively, communicate with kindness, and also communicate with intention. Set your intention before you start communicating. So therefore all your words will manifest through those intentions, okay? All right, let's get one more card on this. I feel like this is almost done. I'm not going to get the tarot on this, but I am going to get one more divinity card. I feel like there's a need for one more. And I know when I get my chakra deck, then we definitely will have maybe 20-minute videos. Right now we're at 16. Okay, Divine, thank you so much for these messages. As much as I'm delivering them to my community, I'm also listening and heeding to them for myself as well. So we are all in this journey together. We are all in this world together. Let's see how we can go about it, making it a more effective manner, especially now. We need to heal. Okay. Is there another message? Is there a closing message for the community? Okay, hold on. We may be done with the messages here. Let's see. Every time I turn the deck a different way, it's easier for me to manipulate. If I'm shuffling one way and I find the cards are not, there's no intuitive draw happening, I just turn the deck a different way, just to see. Okay, let's take this one. I'm drawn to this one. Love this deck. Beauty. That's a gorgeous way to end this reading. Beauty. Say this to yourself and always thank this community. Okay? I am a spark of divinity. We are all humans, but we are a spark of divinity. Beautiful. Thank you so much for coming into the channel, and thank you for watching me. If you like me, again, hit a thumbs up, and if you want to subscribe, hit subscribe as well. Thank you, and good luck on your journey, going with the flow of things, and when you need to, go into your isolation. Have a great evening. See you in the next 24.